Welcome students. Today's class we are going to discuss about how to display the output in C++. Actually, we are displaying the output what we are giving in cout statement. That cout is an output statement. By using that statement directly we are displaying. There are some options for displaying the output that is called as formatting the output. We can use extraction operator for cout and we need some manipulators for formatting the output. Some of the output manipulators are endl, setw, setfill, setPrecision and setf. For endl manipulator we need an header file iostream, but for other setw, setfill, setPrecision and setf we need io_manip header file. Beginning itself we will give this header file in the program. Next let us see how to work with the endl. Endl, it is a line feeder in C++. Instead of new line, that is /n, it is an escape sequence. Instead of that we can use endl. Both will display the same result. The only difference between endl and new line is if you use endl, it insert a new line and it flush out the buffer. That means it cleans the buffer. But if you are using new line, it insert only the new line. Here it is an example is given. First line of this example is cout new line, the value of num equal to num. So it will be printed as it is. And the next line we have used endl at the end of the statement. It will create a output statement with new line. So same output will be get from this both the endl and new line. Next one is setw manipulator. It sets the width of the field which we assigned for the output. We can decide a minimum number of characters to be written in the output. For this setw, the syntax is setw of number of characters. Let us see the example for setw. In this example, we are getting the input from the user, basic pay, DA and HRA. After that, we are just printing the basic pay, dearness allowance and house rent allowance. Here we have used the, before basic pay we have used set W of 25 and after the basic pay we have used set W of 10. So it has 25 characters has been taken before the basic pay and after that it has the value coming after the 10 characters. So all the thing 25 characters has been taken for basic pay, dearness allowance and house rent allowance. So all will be in 25 characters it accepted. So the output will display like this. So in this purpose we use setw in the output. Next setPrecision manipulator. It is used to display the number with the fractions and we can also specify how many digits we want. We can specify in the setPrecision. The syntax for the setPrecision is setPrecision of number of digits we have to give. Let us see the example for the setPrecision. In this example we have given float HRA equal to 1200.123. We have given the setPrecision of 5. Only we are going to display only the 5 digits. So what will be the output? 1200.1. Only 5 digits will be displayed by using this setPrecision. Next one is setf manipulator. This setf manipulator is display the output with a fixed one and a scientific one. Which one we want that we can use it in the program for displaying the output. In this we have to use the iOS for setf. The example we can understand easily how to use the setf. That is cout.setf of iOS : fixed. We are using fixed. And the next one we are using the setPrecision with the scientific. We used fixed means it display the output as 0.10, but we are using scientific means it is displaying the output as 1.10. 00e, that is exponent also it is displaying. So fixed means it is entirely different from the scientific. Next we are going for the expression. Expression means it is a combination of operators, constants and variables. These three are used in the expression. There are various types of expressions available in C++, that are constant expression, integer expression, floating expression, relational, logical, bitwise and pointer expression. Let us see the detailed explanation about the expression. Constant expression. This constant expression consists of only constants. Let us see the example, that is int num equal to 100. We have given the value for num as 100. And integer expression, it is a combination of integer and character values. We have given as sum equal to num1 plus num2, and also we can use the arithmetic operators also. And float expression, it is a combination of floating point values and simple arithmetic operators has been used to produce the float values. That is the area equal to 3.14 into r into r. So 3.14 is the float value. We have used the float values in the expression. So it is called as float expression. Next one is relational expression. It is a combination of values and variables with the relational operators. Let us see that example, x greater than y. It is an expression with the relational operators has been used. So it is called as relational expression. And if you are using this expression, it display only the result, either it may 0 or 1, that is either true or false. And next one is the logical expression. It is a combination of values and the variables with the logical operators. Here example is given, a greater than b and c equal to 10. So logical operator has been used in this expression. Next one is bitwise expression, a combination of values and variables with the bitwise operators. This is the shift bitwise operator, shift left and shift right bitwise operator, greater than, less than. This is bitwise shift left operator and bitwise shift right operator. This has been used in the expression. And next one is pointer. If asterisk, that is star symbol, has been used in before the declaration of the variable, that is called a pointer variable. This pointer variable is used in an expression means that is called as pointer expression. This is a pointer variable which holds the memory address. Next, let us see about the type conversion. This type conversion is a process of converting one fundamental data type into another. Suppose if integer can be converted to the character can be converted to the integer, that type of conversion is called as type conversion. This type conversion is classified into two categories. One is implicit type conversion and another one is explicit type conversion. There is implicit type conversion which converts the data type automatically. So it is also called as automatic conversion. This can convert the smaller type of data types into the wider type. That type is called as type promotion. Let us see the example for the implicit conversion. That is, here it is given as int a equals 6 and float b equal 3.14. Here we are adding a and b. So the output will be the float. One variable is integer, another variable is float. So we are getting the answer as 9.14. We are getting the answer as float. So it has been automatically converted the integer value into float. This is called implicit conversion. Next, we will go for the explicit type conversion. Before that, let us see the table of column. That is, it converts the character into integer, long, float and double and long double. Short can be converted to integer, long, float, double and long double. Like that, what are all the data type can be converted to what type it has given. The double can be converted to only double and long double. Long double can be converted to only long double. Float can be converted to only float and double, long double. It cannot be converted to integer. So this type of conversion has been understood by seeing this table of column. Next, let us see the explicit type conversion. This is one type of conversion. If data can be converted to another specific data type by the programmer. This is called as typecasting. It can be done, cannot be done automatically. It can be done only by the programmer or the user. The syntax for the explicit conversion is type name expression. In this example, float where f equal to 78.685 has been given. Now next line we have given int of var up. So integer value alone it is taking. So the output we are getting is 78 alone. So the integer value has been got as an output. This type of conversion is called as explicit type conversion. Next, some problems has been happening when we are converting the double to float in explicit conversion. This may have some loss of precision. And next, if you are converting float to integer, it also has some loss of fractional part. And if you are converting long to short in explicit conversion, it has some loss of data. This type of problem will happen when you are using the explicit conversion. Okay, in today's class, we have seen about formatting output and how to use the manipulators in formatting the output, set W, set precision and set F. And we have seen two type conversions. One is implicit conversion and another one is explicit conversion, and what are the problems happening in explicit conversion and examples we have seen. So today we have completed the 9th chapter. Tomorrow's class we will go for the 10th chapter. Thank you.